Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Should I turn that up a bit? Pop pop. Okay. Okay, so we have that camera, and I figure me and Thais will just play some video games. We feel like we're getting a little bit sick, and you want to do some hunts and Final Fantasy, then I'll do my own thing.
Yep, sounds good.
If you want, you want to check the live stream. Oh hey, John Fisher's here. Very nice. The only we went to the hardware store today, and we were gonna drop off one of the lithium iron phosphate batteries. It's a Heatwave, and we drove the car to the hardware store, and we already dropped it off. So I was like, oh, we are really just beat. I have the 1950s television as the camera holder at the moment. Using the lens cap to hold it. I love this felt. I use this felt for so much stuff. But, yeah. Unfortunately, the place that sells that felt went out of business. And I went there to get a whole roll of felt. And I got some. It's kind of like a brownish, like a fake leather. But that's really only good for lining boxes. Okay. Seem like the live stream is good?
What's that?
Does it seem like the live stream is good?
Yeah, there's a delay, of course.
Yeah, of course there's a delay. I don't have it having low latency. It doesn't necessarily need that. I just want to make sure, because I had an issue with OBS where for some reason it just wouldn't update the bit rate.
Yeah.
And it was going like 60 megabits per second, but I had it set at 9 megabits per second. And it's like, why are you... it just got stuck in a weird loop.
Alright.
Oh, Steve's been electroplating 3D prints. Interesting. Well, I guess I should... Unfortunately, I can't do display capture anymore. It's just blank. So there is no display capture option, so it has to be individual windows. Well, should we get to doing what we were doing?
Yep.
Oh, in the background, this is from the Ewok movies in the 80s. I figure we'll probably stream for maybe a few hours, or if it gets too hot, we just won't.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Steve put one of his 3D printed images in the Discord.
Nice.
Right. There we go. We tend to do this every single day, where in Final Fantasy XIV you have hunts, which is just an easy way to get experience points, but it's a good excuse to go around the map. Oh yeah, your Sonic coin clone.
Let's see if we'll get them both.
Yeah. Ooh. I hit Discord and now it's lagging my computer.
Oh,
no. My CPU is now over a decade old, so who knows.
Oh, isn't that the bottleneck?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yep.
Oh, wait.
So I saw those, I saw dim Sonic coins, dim Sonic coins. I just had to open up Discord to make sure I saw that. But I'd seen that the other day. It was pretty cool. I've been thinking a lot about metal paints lately. When I was a kid, I went through a treasure hunting... Well, I mean, I'm still in a treasure hunting phase, but I wanted to find gold coins and stuff, and I really liked gold and silver paint. Oh, hey, Mar. I have the camera way over here, sitting on my 1951 Emerson television, because I don't want to have it in front of me, because it would just annoy me. And if I'm going to be doing a live stream casually, I should have it out of the way. So you actually, do you put carbon powder on the 3D print, Steve? And then does the electric current go through that? Do you paint it on there? I'm not familiar with that. Copper sulfate and white vinegar. Interesting. I have a bunch of electroplating supplies back in Illinois that I'm wanting to get back out here. But you know, I have so many projects. Me and Thais had to work so hard over the past 4 days, despite the heat, bringing power to her mom and aunt's house, because there was like a week-long power outage, and we got ourselves sick because we got ourselves so exhausted. Poor Thais is having a sickle cell crisis, a mild one, but
Excuse me.
definitely one. No, it's fine. You can cough. I'll mute the audio. And there it's unmuted. Yeah, so if you have to cough, you don't have to do your thing where you're running in the other room. And
Well, I thought it was going to be a little worse than that.
yeah, well, no, I muted
That's
it.
why I ran away.
Well, I muted it, though.
No, I mean,
Okay,
I
yeah,
thought I was going to
That's fair, that's fair.
kind of vomit.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I'm getting kind of that feeling.
Where are these?
Hey, Mads. So, are you reading the chat display? Or should I read it to you?
I have to resize my window.
Well, I'll just read... Oh, we're dying.
We're fine.
So, Mads says... Mads... Whole live stream of just longtime viewers. This is kind of cool. I get to pretend to be a YouTube channel. I mean, I have a YouTube channel, but for me, I am perpetually in viewer mode with YouTube, and so it's a bit funny. But Mad said, "Been a long time. Last time I remember was when you and Bill were chopping wood outside. Hope you're well." We are well. We're doing a lot, if that makes any sense. And having Thais, she helps me a lot. For a time in my life, Final Fantasy XIV, this game was what gave me at least something to live for. Now I have some opinions about the story. They've thrown away... Oh. Let's have the bunny.
Yeah, do the bunny.
Oh, I didn't...
Well.
There
There
we
you
go. Oh, yeah. That's if you do it wrong. I can't remember what I was saying. I'm a little bit heat-stroked. Alex MG, that's another long-time viewer. So much fun. I'll just... You're doing the live stream comments too, but should I just read it to you?
If you want, I can see them now. I have to size the window a little bit.
I didn't want you to miss the comments.
Nope,
You know, I know like most of these people, I'm a little bit obsessive about my viewers. Because then I'll level 99. I'm kind of just like look through my, because well, you used to be able to really search and spy on your viewers a lot more, but they got rid of that feature because people were using that to stalk people. But
Oh yeah, it's hot here too. Way hot here. It's been what, 80 degrees at night? No,
yeah,
like 89.
oh, this thing is my lens is stuck. I think I may have to clean my lens because the yeah. Hey, Thais, you want to turn around?
Yep. Alright.
Now you get to look around and see it in the screen. Or actually, we'll see it in the live stream right there.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't focus. The focusing ring's all gummed up. That's a little bit interesting. Yeah, that.
Oh, I look so sick.
Well, part of it's the lighting, but
No, but it's in.
yeah,
it's
we do.
sick.
We are kind of sick. We
Actually,
we really ran ourselves ragged.
I should have teleported. Man, I'm gonna teleport us.
I'll probably have.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can
I'm gonna
teleport us.
teleport us.
Should I turn up the audio a little bit? Kind of crank it up. I still have this little microphone that I bought years and years ago. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. I don't know what that really does. There's a knob on it. Okay, so all of our tripod equipment is in the car for some reason, or at the shop.
Yeah, the little one's in the car.
This is really bugging me that these lenses have solidified. I got this camera like a year ago, but no, 3 or 4 years ago, but the oil is making it so that the slip rings don't slip anymore. Right, I got behind on comments.
Audio's perfect.
Nice. Now I really like this microphone. This is one of those. Oh, you teleported. I'm sorry.
Oh, and hi, man.
Sorry.
Meant to say hi. Sorry about that.
So this is one of those things where, if I remember right, I think this microphone is pretty close to how my ears hear my voice. But there's the that little crappy $15, I think it was Purple Panda microphone that I got, and that's the one that I had on my glasses for all those videos, and I can't anymore because I messed up my headphone jack on my phone. That one has, if I have the microphone on my glasses, like in my 3D printing videos and stuff, the audio from the file sounds kind of like in my head, so it's a little more agreeable. Yeah, so Alex said this a while ago, after our shenanigans,
Yeah.
you got me hooked when you were building your own lithium batteries out of laptop batteries. I remember that. I blew myself up with that. Not really, but so much fun to see you still on YouTube. I've been watching you for over a decade. Yep, I remember you watching for a decade. A lot of people here almost for a whole decade. Mads said, I came and you've opened a freaking store and everything. Wow, congrats, girl. You know, we did open a store. That was... You just have to ingratiate yourselves with people that own a lot of property and don't know what to do with it. What is that like, where you own property and don't know what to do with it? It's like the family that owns the icery in town. They own the shop and they're just like, I don't know what to do with it, and everybody wants to buy from them. They're like, we don't want to sell. Well, just make up your goddamn mind. You're taking up space in an economic zone. Yeah. Alex MG, I still love all your videos to this day. Rock on, girl. Steve, right, be right back. Need to get some air. Hot in the UK. Yeah, that's pretty hot. You can reach me anytime on Discord if crap happens. Yep. You see that Mad said hi to you?
I did. I said hi earlier.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if people can hear you on the...
I think so, but...
You want to speak a little louder? I'll be quiet.
Hi, Mads.
There we go. Yeah. So I feel kind of sick. I think we got ourselves sick from being exhausted. Oh yeah. Oh, Mar found me because I couldn't remember how long Mar has watched. They found me with the Arduino versus Evil crossover with the 18650. Man, that's pretty cool.
Oh, and hello, Jason.
Hello, Jason.
Yeah, I come in.
Oh, cool. Okay, cool. This is a pretty good microphone. This Fine thing that I bought 10 years ago, so you can't trust that now. They've probably changed the design of it 20 times since then. Oh, Alex said they like the new fridge. I'm really bad at looking at text. I'll jump around, and they've been looking for an old beauty like that for a while. They just don't make them like that anymore. Well, I don't know where Alex lives. I should remember because I know you've probably said it, but I'm hoping to fix them up and sell them. What am I doing?
Hey!
I was sucking the
What's
ether
up,
right.
Brian P? That's my sister.
Yeah, Brangwin. What if Brangwin got online and joined the live stream?
Maybe. Right.
It'd be a good distraction from family troubles.
You gotta tell me what you got. I don't know what you have. Yeah, okay, she's not joining.
3, 2, 3. Open Canada. My friend in Montreal. I just need to start looking out in the country. Somebody's got a fridge sitting in a shed or in a barn that's been plugged in for 70 years, I bet. Yep. Oh, up in Canada. Okay, that's kind of how I read it. That's what I mean, Brang. Hopping on Final Fantasy, and we can do hunts for a bit before. I may switch over to Planet Crafter, because my viewers may wish to take a look at that. We could check out the base that I've been running on Planet Crafter. We've terraformed a whole planet, pretty much. I hate these Tiagdias.
Yeah, I hate them too. They dash and ramp up. See, there he goes.
There we go.
Get back here.
Just wait for them to run back.
We've had them dash out of range and reset, and it's been so annoying.
What am I doing?
I got another one.
Oh, yeah, there we go. I'm a little bit dull today.
That's okay, I got it.
I was a little bit surprised to see. Last night I felt a little bit bad for having... because we've been charging up so many batteries to take over to Thijs and Brangwin's mom and aunt's house during the power outage. You know, we got the solar panels up, so that'll be a Solar Sunday video. We're too tired on Sunday to edit and upload it, so it'll be next week Sunday. And got the solar panels up, but all the solar panels were going to charging up the batteries to take over there. So since I had the refrigerator together, I plugged it into the outlet. I felt a little bit bad using the grid power. Firstly, because I'm not paying for it. And second of all, because it's grid power. And I really like the idea of the General Electric refrigerator spending the last 10 years of its first century running entirely off of renewable power. So last night, I uploaded that video of me going to the shop and switching it over, which... gonna say to my editor Thijs, I am liking how you can just pause the recording on the iPhone. I'm sure Android does that as well.
Maybe.
But now I have had some issues with the touchscreen where when I've paused the recording, it'll just cancel it. I think that's because I have a lot of, like, a piece of sawdust will land on it. But I do like that option to now record a video kind of like a camcorder would with a videotape, where it doesn't have to be a single shot. It could be several parts sequentially, but you still don't have to render it. Mads has something to say on the power meter in that video last night. Yeah, square waves, various things. It should be a pure sine wave inverter, but Who knows what kind of signal it's really getting.
Sorry, I'm flying around like a dingus because I'm tired and I forgot where our stuff is.
Yeah. Speaking of that, I actually had, I think Mads wrote a comment
Yeah.
about the power meter. And when I replied, I had thought, oh, I wish I could show the meter that I have. Yeah, I saw that. I think you commented that, Mads. I check comments a lot. And I replied to you saying that, oh, the rotating disc classic kilowatt hour meter. I wonder if that would have as much of an effect, or if it can't handle small ripples. Get us into a safe spot, guys.
Sure. Yeah.
So I do have this rotating kilowatt hour meter. It was used for lineman operations, and I'm kind of curious because in the back of this there is a rotating disc, much like a power meter would have. It just has a gearing ratio that turns this. Really love that I picked this up. So I'm kind of curious, maybe I should have this running. I wish I hadn't gotten rid of my big power meters. Oh, my hands hurt. Ow.
Yeah.
I also want to show off, since we're doing show and tell at this time. This wood DC ammeter that somebody did a really cool steampunk modification on. Really love this thing. This is one of those things that when me and Theis were living over here and we didn't have a whole lot going on, and I didn't have the shop and all that, I saw this on eBay for like $38 and I jumped on it. Now, let's see this one. Weston DC Amateur Model 45. This instrument indicates international amperes and is calibrated correct within 0.5% of full scale value at any part of the scale at 76 degrees Fahrenheit. Changes in temperature of 15 degrees Fahrenheit above or below the certified temperature produce errors in the indications not greater than 0.5% for greater accuracy. Multiply readings by the following. And standardized at Weston Laboratory, Newark, New Jersey, USA. Date June 16th, 1928. Certified by J.B. Dowden. And there's another little piece of paper inside of it. Oh gosh, it's all stuck. And it's a piece of tape that says number 4 motor reference. That's kind of cool. It was used for really accurate stuff. So there's another piece of paper deep inside of this, but I can't recall for sure. I really love that this has that paper stuck on there like that. But yeah, this I've used this for a number of things. I think I should. Oh, interesting. That's how you calibrate it down here. They probably have a magnet or something that moves and changes everything. And then what's really fascinating is this has obviously been used up until the 1970s. Because look at this. You have the original 1920s label, but then you have a 1970s die-cut plastic label. So this thing was used for like half a century, and then it went on for like 40 years, and now it's here. I tell you, we have that little oak table over there, set up with some of the beautifulest little things that everybody wants to look at. Have a diesel piston, several antique spyglasses, all sorts of things. A little Lenk blowtorch. And every time we have somebody come in, especially somebody that is in their 20s or 30s, they just look at that and they're just like, oh my god, this is so cool. Because it looks like one of those books that was Find the Hidden Item or whatever, where everything's laid out. We have little measuring instruments and stuff over there. Oh, there's a penguin. Well, I'm done with that. Glad you could join us. I'd like to party.
Alright. Well, let me get the car out.
Yeah, let's get the car
We'll
out.
go over here.
Or is there a 3-person, 4-person mount that's cooler than the car?
I don't have anything other than the car.
Oh. I woke up with a really bad sore throat, but then it went away for the most part. But so everyone, this is Brangwyn from the comment section. We harassed her to come into Final Fantasy. Oh, so that was like 3 minutes ago, huh?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Alright, what do I still need? Right.
Maybe every half hour I'll change the background of this live stream, because I have a whole bunch of matte paintings that I extracted from the Ewok movies.
This is a bit overkill.
This is overkill, but I like it. It's easy.
Yeah, it's fun. Alright, and...
Tosok.
Oh, I didn't do yours?
Oh, we did 2 out of 3. Look at that.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
Yeah, one more.
I kept thinking they were the little rock things. And
Yeah,
then I forgot
that's
we did
okay.
3, so I should have got those 2 I saw earlier. Oh my god. I knew I was going to mess that up. Alright, let's see if I can find... Well, actually, I don't care about saving one now. Ugh.
I'm trying to cram the YouTube video control panel into a little corner of my screen, and it's just not working. There we go.
Okay.
I've been focusing on the live stream, so yeah. That's it for me.
Alright, I still gotta kill little Grimbles,
Little grumbles.
as we've been calling
Yeah, we
them.
call them grumbles. Grumble!
Yeah. We're kind of holding back too. Oh, fine.
It works. Jason437 said, if I remember, a modified sine wave could yield some weird measurement results, but true RMS will show the actual measurement. Okay. Alex has to run, but it's so great to see you and actually enjoying some Final Fantasy. Well, it's good to see you too. It's a name I recognize. A lot of these people are actually pretty much everyone's names I recognize.
Get over here. Get over here.
It might be bad for me to do a Planet Crafter stream, because that's really CPU intensive, and my i7 is a little bit old.
Good point.
But we'll see. I'm actually taking 4K images and compressing them down to 1080p here, so maybe I'll just run Planet Crafter as a really teeny tiny window.
Yeah, what you got?
Blazing Soul.
Blazing Soul.
Blazing Soul.
Okay. I got a little bit of that feverish feeling still.
Yeah. I have a bit of a really drained feeling. And I can still feel something in the back of my throat. It's funny, when I feel drained, my legs feel weak.
Oh.
Yeah.
For me, it's everything.
I think it's just I have most issues with my legs. So. Brownies, eh?
Yep. I need 3 of them. I honestly should have a better weapon, but I've been so lazy.
That's fine.
I'm still wearing like level... I think my weapon is still level... Oh no, it's level 97. I just glamored it. It's something else.
I have level 89 gear.
Oh. Okay, never mind.
One of my other jobs, I'm still doing level 80 gear. So
Never mind then.
I'm still using Neo-ish Guardian things on one of my jobs.
Dang.
So, oh yeah, just like in real life, I get every single cycle out of Sawzall bits and everything. Well, with this, you know, set of gear will last me about 4 years on some jobs.
Where are these things again? Here. Oh, well.
Well, you done did it now.
Now there's 3 of us, so they're like, oh, fine.
Shall we teleport?
Yeah. I have so many tickets. I think I have like... How many do I have?
Tickets?
The Etherite tickets.
Oh,
free
right,
teleports?
right. You know, usually a ticket's a bad thing in this day and age. So
I know. I still have like 3,447 of them.
I only have like 100 and some, I think, at this
Oh
point.
yeah. I should always be teleporting then.
Yeah.
'Cause,
That does help.
I got a lot here. What do you have?
Sorry, I was just... I'm just trying to understand the Livestream metrics, because it seems like I may have crashed the Livestream stuff. But
Really?
Yeah. It's okay. I mean, it's still streaming. It's just that the analytics say there's been no comments. Like, no, there's definitely been comments.
Yeah.
If I cared about stream health, stream health is a bit right now, right? If I cared about how active the stream was, I'd be doing it on my main channel. But I have the YouTube live stream HUD crunched down so tiny that I don't really know what's going on.
Yeah. Excuse me. Okay. Corey's seeing it. So
Yeah. I mean, it's going through. I see it on your channel. It's going through fine. It's just, I haven't streamed through a PC in so long. Oh, I never actually hooked up the desktop audio. Wow. There's a little bit of audio for you guys.
I'm gonna have to get some water in a bit.
Yeah, you can get some water.
We'll just kill the last one. Oh my gosh. need one more of these.
Awkward Salad says, hello, Renault. I've been watching your videos for over 10... Oh, I gotta follow you guys. Over 10 years, loving seeing you stream. Okay, Mads, it was good to see you. Good luck on your coding and creating some fonts for projects.
Alright. Oh, wait, no, wrong mount. Oh, my God.
Corey Kalpa dropped by and asked, killing time before work, figured I'd drop in. Windows or Linux these days? Still definitely Windows. Linux, every time I try it, it always has a hard time. Do you want me to mute it for you, cough?
No.
Oh, okay, I didn't know if you were holding back. I don't mean to be holding back a cough, you know. Linux is one of those things where it needs a lot more development. Every time I try it, I run into issues that when I search them, they just don't really help. Like, especially a lot of my hardware. It's older hardware, you know. And even the bootable stuff, I have a hard time even getting it to boot. Where, like, the bootloader will crash or whatever, and so... And then also I happen to have so many programs that work well on Windows, and Windows works well for me. I enjoy Windows. I'm nostalgic for Windows 98 and Windows 3.1. But if anything, I'd probably be moving over to Mac OS if I needed it. I really wish Linux was had a more like if they had their Steve Jobs that aligned everything to be artistically useful, because I play with Linux when I want to play with the computer. I use Windows when I want to get stuff done. And I very rarely want to just play with computers. You know, I don't want to compute. I want to get things done. Oh gosh, yeah, Corey said it was a hassle. They put Linux on a MacBook Pro and it was 3 days before they could play games. That's kind of because I played with Linux every other year since 2015, and I just feel like there's something missing. It's like it's like an e-bike that we recently got, where the parts just didn't really work together. It didn't have a consistent vision. Corey said Gabe is arguably the guy, but it's definitely still cooking. It is. See, I think the biggest issue about Linux is that, and I'm going to use some harsh language, Linux ends up being used by corporations because it's free, and they lock it down. And those are the main instances where people, they'll say like, oh, well, 98% of things in the world run on Linux. Well, yeah, Android, which is owned by Google, which is evil. Or whoever has Android. Linux only really takes over when an evil mega corporation seems to take it over. And I want Linux to be good. I want Linux to be my Blender. Awkward Salad said, as someone who uses all three OS for various professional work, I would say I hate to admit it, Mac OS is coming along on Apple Silicon. It is. Steve, like Apple Android? Yeah. Well, Mac OS doesn't run on Linux. It runs on Unix, but not Linux. Or should I say GNU Linux? If I had to have like a DOS environment, though, I probably would finally play around with raw Linux. Although every time I play with all the computers that I have, they're designed for DOS, and so DOS works great on them. Like I'm not going to put Linux on a PCAT. Corey said, I definitely didn't do it right, but I'm semi-savvy. Bazite seems the most user-friendly, but it seems like there's always a driver that needs to be side-loaded on basically any esoteric stuff. Steve says, was thinking I could probably rip the models from this game and 3D print them.
Aha, yes.
way ahead of you. There's Thice Rahal right there. I'll zoom in my camera. That's Thice. And that's Thice. Jason said, I've had better luck with Linux plus AMD and modern hardware for gaming. Okay, I can see. And yeah, Linux is... Oh, sorry, NVIDIA is a joke. Thanks for getting that grit claw for me. You guys are just doing all the battling for me.
Yeah, you're doing the live stream.
Yeah.
We got you.
Awkward Salad says, now you can brew Mac OS and run some Linux CLI applications if you need to bridge the gap. Oh, that's kind of interesting. Oh, I never heard of that. Corey says, awesome, I need to understand my 3D printer. Or understand jam. Hmm. I haven't had time to 3D print very much lately. I haven't had time to 3D model it. I took my stuff to the local makerspace, and I'm letting them use that Flash Forge. But it's there's a very autistic person who he's just printing the same little cars over and over and over and over on it, and so every time I go there, he's printing more of those little cars, and it's like. Okay. Okay. I don't know if we need 100 of these little cars made. Oh, Steve, are you talking about Ninja Ripper or, yeah, 3D Ripper DX? Corey says unjam. Okay, that makes sense. I never liked Benchy. See you around, Corey. It was nice that you stopped by.
Take care.
I said take care. Yep, Ninja Ripper. Yeah, I use that as well. It doesn't work for Final Fantasy very well. Oh, why'd I do that? Oh, we have another one. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Steve, the issue is that Ninja Ripper on Final Fantasy XIV, it doesn't save the location, so all the models are just in one spot. Better to use a model viewer then or something. Just doesn't interface with it. And now Final Fantasy XIV doesn't work with Windows 7. Has to be 64-bit, and so Ninja Ripper doesn't... Or no, 3D Ripper DX doesn't work. Ninja Ripper does work. That is very annoying, yeah. What version of Ninja Ripper are you talking? Whatever was out, like, in 2021, something like that. Oh, Steve says there's a paid version that's advanced further. Okay, that makes sense. Now, I did get Vorpex, which is, you have to pay $40 for it, but it'll inject VR into games. Doesn't work great, but I remember we used to use that for GTA 5 back when I worked at Apple. You know, we were doing incredible work playing GTA 5.
Alright, where are mine?
Steve says he had 3D Ripper DX or Ninja Ripper rip all sorts of models from Sonic games. You little deviant.
Oh, nice. I love that.
Oh, should I done too? I'm sorry.
Huh?
Is that okay that I did too?
Yeah, because
Okay,
I
okay.
need 3. That's totally fine.
Steve says it really does eat at the hard drive space, though. Vice.
I don't doubt it.
I'm gonna give you some context. I've seen his fucking hard drive. It's like he's got like 500 gigabytes and only a quarter of a gigabyte free. He's had issues where, Steve's got some issues. Like if I remember right, he's had issues where like Windows won't boot because there's not enough clear space.
Oh my God.
So, and I even told him like, dude, keep at least 10% open. Like, what the fuck? So for him to say that, yeah, okay.
Oh.
Oh yeah, Stephen
Hello.
Cox. Used to watch your videos on batteries at your mom's house like an eternity ago. That was an eternity ago. Like
Actually, I'm gonna take us back.
13 years? Steve got a new PC, okay.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Hey,
That's funny.
have you filled that one up too? See?
He's got 12 gigs free. Okay.
See?
Well, that's something. It can boot.
Data hoarder, but won't buy more drives. Hoard with what you got. If you only have a closet, fill it up. If you only have 20 gigabytes, then you're going to store 20 gigabytes.
He's getting his money's worth, okay?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot he's been using the well, it might be like a LiDAR scanner, but the photogrammetry or photogrammetry, I can't recall. Revo point scanners eat it. I had a company offer to give me a scanner like that, but yeah. By the way, should I increase or decrease the audio of the game in the live stream? Because I brought a little bit in, but I don't want it to be too much. So I guess photogrammetry and photogrammetry is kind of like Massachusetts and Massachusetts. Oh, that got you. I didn't expect that to get you. Station 437. I've got 11.1 gigabytes out of 931 gigabytes. Let's see what I got. I got 56.5 gigabytes out of 919 gigabytes. Now, that is 3 YouTube videos worth that I'll be clearing that up to 90 gigabytes. Oh, so a Revo Point scanner is similar to an Xbox Kinect. Meaning it's shitty? I'm joking. I'm being silly.
I'm going back to town to grab stuff.
Okay.
They are pretty much done.
Yeah.
To yesterday's hunts, technically.
Maybe we'll do today's hunts, and then we will I'm gonna save that screenshot.
2 cup. Nice.
Oh, Steve says he's got a 14 terabyte external hard drive standing by to take some of my mess if needed. But he's not going to use it yet. He'll keep it all on his C drive. I'm kind of in that state where I don't really want to buy more hard drives because I keep finding them, but By the way, I'll leave it up to the viewers. I figure we might do some more hunts, but then maybe we'll do some Planet Crafter. Or we can check out good old games. We can see about... I can play a game that we have. I can buy a new game and try it. Up to the viewers. I'm going to say that a few times before we do that. And we can see... We can maybe go through my collection of games. Well, actually, you know what? A lot of my good old games are so old that they have to be full screen. So maybe that won't work. Because things like Anno 1602, they just don't like being windowed. They were not designed in an era when you had multitasking really like we have now. You wouldn't be listening to music and playing a game back then. Your 60 hertz Pentium would be entirely just dedicated to running 1602 at that back then. I'm feeling kind of lightheaded, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ah, Jason's got a SAS controller. Yeah, I have a whole bunch of SAS drives, but good luck using them. Can you rig up some spare PC fans? Well, Steve, the issue is because we kind of caught something. So I do actually have a fan blowing on me, running off a battery power right here. Double fan, actually, using that little system that I made, 3D printed. But me and Thais basically got no sleep for 4 days, and it's really hot today. It's like 44 degrees Celsius, something like that. And I'm just feeling kind of weird. I got a bit of a sore throat, but I'm feeling really exhausted. Hey, let's change the background image. There we go, yeah. Again, this is from the Ewok movies. It is such a departure from Star Wars. Such a weird series of movies. If you'll see the...
I see it.
I make the window smaller so you can see a little more of the matte painting.
Okay.
So that'll come through pretty soon.
I think I'm going to do my society quest first, because...
Okay, I would like to as well.
I think I'll hit 100, and I don't want to waste experience points.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to be doing society quests. Thank you for driving.
Yeah.
I wonder if I'm uploading at 30 FPS. I might be uploading at 30 FPS. It says 60. Doesn't look like 60 on OBS though. Awkward Salad asks, do you do any reading? If so, what kind of books? Any you would recommend? Unfortunately, I'm a very dry reader. We have shelves and shelves of books, but unfortunately there are things such as giant molecules and exploring magnetism. And I do have a bit of an issue where I overstudy, and I need to get back into fantasy. Like, the last fantasy book that I read was Thomas More's Utopia, and I thought it was really funny. But it's a slog. I tried reading it out loud to Thais, and then she's like, wow, this is a real slog. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess it made more sense in my head.
It might have been better.
Yeah.
Maybe I wasn't in the right mood.
No, it's okay. It was written like 600 years ago. It's going to be a bit crunchy.
Yeah, crunchy. Yeah.
Because it wasn't written. Well, first of all, it was in Latin, and second of all, anytime people, especially people that were involved with like the English church and stuff like that, decided to write anything, they wrote it in a way that was not as the commoner would say anything. So it's very difficult to read. Anytime you see a text that is written in more of a conversational manner or more of a presentable manner, it's a little bit interesting. It's kind of like that picture from the 1800s of the Chinese man smiling for the camera, because he didn't have that whole idea of, you have to be for the camera. So, have you seen that picture?
I don't know.
You've probably seen it on Reddit or something. Because he has his bowl of noodles and he's like, hey!
Oh, you know what? That does sound familiar.
Yeah.
Mention the bowl of noodles.
I think I want to read Dan to Dan. Don't know hardly anything about it. It's about teenagers, but I wish we could get a good manga about adults. One of my favorites is Glory Lane by Alan Dean Foster, if you ever get a chance to check it out. Okay. For me, I unfortunately find myself in a position where I love fantasy, but anytime I read, the fantasy just isn't really good enough for me. I may try an audiobook someday. I have a similar issue with movies. We don't watch a whole lot of movies. Last night we watched A Bug's Life and the Mystery Science Theater 3000 movie, which had This Island Earth in it, the 1953 film, or whatever year it was. And we watch it mostly to have commentary on our previous thoughts on it, because I've thought about A Bug's Life a lot as a kid, especially with the video game, because the video game was really fun. Man, watching A Bug's Life last night was a real trip, because it has all the trappings of a 1990s film, but it's CGI, and to me it looks new. Now I know a kid now would be like, oh, this looks like an old movie, but it has so many like rough edges that are from 90s movies, or stupid things where, like, when the bug goes and blows the leaves, it sounds like a leaf blower, like a gasoline leaf blower. And now this would be a little bit too silly or odd. It's like a weird trip to see a film like that, but to have the trappings of a 90s film as opposed to a newer film. You know, because me and Dice were talking about earlier how movies really changed around the late 2008, 2010 era. I feel like Iron Man, the first like Iron Man movie, that had an interesting cadence to it, an interesting humor style and action style that I feel like they lost later on. But Awkward Sour says, I haven't seen that since I was a kid. We've been meaning to see the Sonic movie. I really do like Jim Carrey, and I feel like his Dr. Robotnik seems pretty funny. I can't call him Dr. Eggman. That just sounds so silly. For me, I'm at a point right now where I want to see a lot of change in the world. And so I feel a bit guilty when I read something. So I don't feel like I would spend much time enjoying myself reading. I don't spend a whole lot of time enjoying myself in general right now. Oh, nice. So he is Robotnik in the movie? Nice. Because that's the one thing I would say is the Japanese video game developers are very, very weak on naming characters. Mario, Luigi, Mario, Dr. Eggman. Most of the characters in anime and stuff like that are just like, oh, this is silver, this is gold, this is platinum. It's like, oh, you just took names of metals. Don't translate that. Like give them different names. I feel like a movie that I think is the right pacing and all that would be any of the Lord of the Rings films. In general, though, I do find that movies aren't very engaging. They're very static. I feel a very similar thing about books, too. I'd much rather just lay and daydream. Oh, nice. Reaper's level 100.
Let's see.
Oh, Jason said there are those character names that go doctor, professor, etc. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very good. Very
Thanks.
good dice.
I'll be here all night.
Yeah. Please don't.
No, okay.
Shall we do more hunts?
Sure.
Or do you not feel like that?
Well, I'm fine with it.
Oh, we should probably go do our gathering
Oh.
quests. Here, I'll drive us.
We only have today's now.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Because the day changed.
Yep. Probably should have flagged them earlier, but it's no big deal.
Oh, did we not? You mean we lost some?
Yeah, we lost yesterday's because.
Okay, true, yeah. I already had them.
Oh, you did? Oh,
Yeah, what
I
we were
lost.
doing them today.
I meant the gathering ones. I didn't have.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what I meant.
the society quests. I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't flag yesterday's gathering ones.
Yeah.
That's fine. I don't care. I don't need experience points on any of my gatherers, so it doesn't matter.
Right. Or, to my viewers, what do you think? Should we go play Planet Crafter now? Should we go do some terraformation? Or should we wait a little bit on that? If you guys feel any particular way, let me know. You could also play BeamNG. We could crash a vehicle at high speed.
That's always fun.
That would be fun,
I need even more water.
No, Steve said he's never seen Planet Crafter.
Okay.
Well,
Show him. Great.
we can do the hunts later on.
Yeah, we'll do that
Yeah.
next time.
Yeah. I'll just... Shutting down. And opening up Planet Crafter. Of course, Steam has to load and all that. So I think what we'll do is, well, I'm gonna load it up, and then I'm going to get the resolution right, because I think it might play badly with OBS if it's in its 4K resolution. Oh wow, it's not responding. Okay. Okay, 2560 by 1600, a little bit big. 1680 by 1050, 1920 by 1440. I want 1440 by 1080. Okay, now we have that window. I'm going to bring back the window capture. Go to properties. Okay. It might be a little bit pixelated, but oh well. So we have Survival 1. Let's check out my original one. Now this is a keyboard and mouse game. Steam has detected you need 9 million updates. I like that. Oh, it's not. Is it not going? It's not. Let me do a new window capture. That's weird. It's still showing the Planet Crafter logo. I'm not on that screen anymore. I'm in the game. That's not right. Window capture. Let's see about game capture. Okay, game capture worked on this one. It's just OBS is being really weird on my system right now. It might be whatever state the drivers are in. See, it was showing the loading screen. That's just so weird. I forgot. Well, I forgot I left off in an area that is story dependent, so you can't use your jetpack. Yeah, Dave, I ended up using game capture. And granted, window capture may have been a little bit lower frame rate before. It does look like this is 60 FPS. Yeah. I'm having some issues with OBS at the moment because I haven't used it for live streaming in about 3 years, 2-3 years, and for some reason it's not working. Like, it doesn't want to do a full display capture. I would do that if I could. So here's a ship. This is a ship that you can loot. Now I've already looted it. This is my original save file. I started in early access. I accidentally bought this game because I thought it was Satisfactory. I thought it was that game, and well, it was a good mistake, really. Several years on, they've added quite a bit to this game. Captain's Log comes to mind, yeah. Oh wow, I haven't been back to my first base in years. Jason said they have OBS and XSplit. Yeah. So this save file is a little bit hacky because when they first came out with the tier 3 miner, you could just mine anything from anywhere. So I set these up where they weren't even geo-based. So I have everything being mined right here. We have iridium rods. I don't know why they're red. Super alloy rods. We have uranium. Look at all this beautiful radioactivity right in my front garden. And, well, quickly after that, they updated it to where they have to be geolocated. So the uranium has to be mined in the uranium caves and things like that. Whenever they had a certain amount of updates, oh wow, look at all the fusion reactors. So we're at 65 TTI. Remind me to pack my Geiger counter in. Way up in those hills, I have just hundreds and hundreds of, I think the tier 4, I'm going to drink some water. Some tier 4 heaters and gas generators and pressure generators. There's this level. I spent a lot of time expanding it out when the game hadn't progressed very far, and so there's just tons of equipment, all being powered by those fusion reactors. Oh wow, I haven't been in here in so long. This is a teleporter. We have main base. We have the biotech base, which is across the lake over there. And this is where I was doing all the research for plant life, and we have fertilizer, phytoplanktons, silkworm, tilu fish eggs, uncommon larvae, bacteria samples, all sorts of things. More of the same, and TG mutagen. Oh, Steve says when he sees fancy models like this, he thinks, 3D print? Yeah. I think we need to make the gun, the little handheld gun that you hold. Don't know what it's called. This is actually a French game, interestingly enough. And you can kind of tell just from the style. It's over the top in colors. So we have Zeolite Cave. You see, in this earlier version, I made teleporters everywhere. I was lazy. I was busy. I had places to be, and I just, I didn't have anything else to do, like we got later on in the game. So I just spent all the time building teleporters everywhere. Steve says French. They have baguettes. Well, you can actually make bread in this game, so yes. Because on the 1-year anniversary of the game, they added baking. You can make cookies and the like. So that's the Zeolite Caves. A little bit hard to get to. Super alloy mine. Oh, that rock kind of popped in and out. Game's a little bit glitchy. Okay, so I ended up basically replicating this in my second save file. Interestingly enough, there's this one room with a pedestal, and if you find this, hope you don't mind, I'm going to spoil a little bit. You open up these doors, it opens this gateway, and I'm back into a story area, and so you can't use your jetpack, and you can't build anything down here. Should I save the spoilers? Or should we go further? Should we explore? I should eat something, actually. There we go. Or should we just leave it there? Because it doesn't take very long to get through the story, if you're good. Any of my viewers would be really quick with this. Steve says, not sure if I've seen this game or not, but the story of Bobby being forced on the planet as a prisoner. It did. But that might be a pretty common story. That is a fairly common thing. I imagine it would happen. It will happen a lot in the future. Canyons. This is another area in the game. Oh yeah, and I built bridges. All sorts of bridges. Sulfur fields. Lost base. This was a pretty spooky area because somebody had crash landed here and they have a whole base that's been here for like 20 years. It's weird that they have a box that has more... Oh, actually no, because they made the window smaller, so it wraps around. I was wondering why there's more inventory slots, because there should be 3 rows. Yeah, it's a really vibrant color scheme. It's a French game. Is this, no. On this ladder, you can go down. And there's all sorts of messages hidden around. Oh, I never came down here. Not this far, anyway. Well, look at that. They must have added a few things. I wish we could make an underground base, but not quite. We can actually desynthesize the stuff using the, call the matter replicator or whatever. Oh wow, I've never been down here before. Okay, so it's the starting message. Did this person go crazy or something? Steve asked if I've ever played Sons of the Forest as a kind of survival thing. I have not. Oh yeah, I have not been down here. Oh, this base goes deep. When I first found it years ago, it, okay, where do I go? When I first found it years ago, or a year ago, I guess, 2 years ago, it was only 1 layer. There's mine. Oasis. Steve says, I ended up going down a mountain in a golf cart for the lulz. That's pretty fun. A little bit of an odd glitchy effect there. What? I've never been in here before. Oh. Had no idea this was here. Spacesuit Betio. Oxygen tanks? What? Oh, that's interesting. Trying to drink it because I built a filter so you can drink the water. I'm going to save, exit to main menu. Now we're going to play my other save file where I've gone to several planets in the solar system because now you have multiple planets. Steve said, "Do you need a med kit?" That top bar only goes down when you need food. I try not to waste food. So on this playthrough, instead of building my main base over here, I have built my main base up here. I didn't expand nearly as much, although I did do a lot more of the biological things, such as all this beehive stuff. I did that because I invested a lot more into these trade rockets so I could get money. And I also built the rover. Something wrong, guys?
No, I was just laughing what Steve said.
Oh.
That we need the med kits.
Oh!
You
yeah.
and me.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a bit slow.
Definitely.
Yeah, we could use a med kit. The nice thing about this rover is it's vacuum rated, means it's also water rated. Let's see, can I get it on top of this thing or will I get stuck? Oh. I like that you don't have any turning ability while you're in the air. Realistic. Then there's an area which I haven't explored all that much. We can go take a look at in this corner. Man, that's gotta really hurt. Taking these big jumps. So those Terrachokins, that's because those rockets, I have them automated. They're being filled up with various foods and things like that. It does not leave tracks. No. The game's a little bit simple at the moment. I think it was at first 2 people, a husband and wife, that were working on it, and now I believe they have maybe 2 more people, 2 employees that work with them. Oh yeah, look at that, one of my teleporters. Because another one of the changes since the early version of the teleportation is you can now put the teleporters outside. This game changes the mood a lot with lighting. Oh yeah, I forgot we got the animal stage. It's like No Man's Sky. I haven't played No Man's Sky since the month it came out. And I was really impressed by it. But you know for a fact that if I got to play No Man's Sky again... Come on, drink. There we go. Selecting the water is weird. If I got to play No Man's Sky again, I would probably be blown away by everything you could do. because they've updated the game a lot. Put these little corner pieces on. Shall we start a new game? Let me know what you think, if we should start a new game of this and see how quickly we can progress. It would take several hours though. These are those death bridges, but I built them even bigger this time. And that's that canyon. I basically made that enclosure in the same place. There's another wreck amongst that canyon. Little space station. This is an enclosure that I built. Because, well, this is one of those things that's very gamey. When I launch a rocket from there to attract asteroids, the asteroids, or the meteors, tend to fall in this area. And then you get to pick up the rare materials. So I built that over there, since I could tell they always tend to fall in that pattern. And so I have chests in there that I can put things in quickly. So this is a trade rocket, but this is designed for going between planets, because they've added other planets and you can travel between them. A little bit expensive to go between planets, but you can definitely do it. And I've gone to the other two planets and terraformed them and unlocked their materials. I could go into this computer module and select a planet, say planet Selenia, and then I could tell it to bring back the 2 uranium that are there, or I could bring back 25 titanium. What's nice, Steve, is you can have these things land on you and they won't hurt you. I can actually deconstruct that. This platform is for actual personal travel, so it's really expensive to make the travel rocket. It takes a lot of crystals and stuff like that. And Dave Kern says, so it's going to turn into elite. A little bit of that. So we have Selenia. Let's see. I've gotten past the barren stage, gotten into the water cycle, vegetation, clear sky, breathable atmosphere, natural life, and complete terraformation. Now this moon has a subplot on it that people had tried to build a station there, a huge trading hub, like 60 years ago. But they didn't realize that this planet had like a 190-year cycle where it got warm and then it got way too cold. Oh, no, it wasn't that. It's because they fucked around with some material that they invented, some metamaterial that sucked heat out. And they started mass producing it, and then it like activated or something like that. That's what it was. And well, now you have the technology to do terraformation, so you can go in and you get to see so many hidden messages, and the story plays out after the fact. You're all lonely there because they've all left, and except for the one person that spearheaded it, they decided to stay behind. And a new world this happening asked, where did you originally gain all your maker repair prowess? Any tips for kids? Well, I gained it by being poor and playing with appliances a lot. Playing with appliances and technology. Part of it was I was very remote. I didn't have anybody to really spend time with. But I also had a propensity for it. A lot of my expertise comes from YouTube, books, but also I have a long trail of broken appliances and broken radios and blown up transistors and cracked resistors behind me that Well, I feel like a lot of children and young people, or anybody that wants to get into tinkering, they need to have some junk around that they can play with and they can break, because well, it's good to work with stuff that's broken, because then you have a chance of getting it fixed, and also if it's broken, well, who cares if you break it. But that was one of the biggest things for me. And then the YouTube channel, that comment system, that really took me into where I never would have been, because I wanted to be on a certain cadence of doing new things. Planet Humble. I've never done Planet Humble. Prime is the planet you start on. Aqualis. That's one that I recently did. So it went from submerged, seismic activity, corals, seismic shocks, water plants, and a breathable atmosphere. I haven't gotten through natural life or complete terraformation yet. Oh yeah, Steve says just not near 240 volts. Yep. You don't want to be like a photonic induction and being a crazy person touching the cables for fun. Hope he's doing okay. Photon vids. Oh, I should eat something. Thankfully, all I have is food and bees. I'm glad you enjoyed my viewpoint. A new world just happening. A new world is happening. Oh, I get it now. It's all together. Exit to main menu. New game. Name. Livestream save. Planet. We're going to go with Planet Prime. Game mode. Standard. Oh! We have all these settings now. Terraformation pace. Vitals depletion. Weather events. Well, should we increase the pace so that it's for the live stream? Warning, custom game settings can alter your game experience and produce unexpected results. Ooh. Steve says last to hear of Photon was he was okay. That's kind of what I figured too, that he's really busy. Because, you know, a lot of these people in trades, they're really busy with work. Yeah, I did bucket course. Weather events, 1. Vitals depletion, 1. Power consumption, 1. Let's turn up terraformation pace to 1.9. Just because that will help things along. Terraformation multiplier factor. Terraformation multiplier factor. A higher value will slow down the pace of terraformation depending on the number of players in your multiplayer session. Oh, multiplayer. I thought it was a multiplier. Dave says up to max would be like the Genesis project. Yeah. Oh, they have free build, all unlocked, autocrafters unlocked, drones unlocked, ore extractors unlocked, space trading unlocked, teleporters unlocked, randomized ores. Ooh. Well, I say let's just go with terraformation at 1.9 because I can do this pretty quick. Let's create. Live stream save. Load. I turned up the audio. If it's too loud, I can turn it back down. Welcome to your assigned planet. Your mission is to advance the terraformation process of this world. You'll need to generate oxygen, heat, and pressure. First, reach 175,000 terraformation index points and create a blue atmosphere. Easy. Easy. So we have Lerma seed, space food, and water food. Sorry, water bottle. It moved right in the last minute. So we're out here. Now, sudden feeling to yell Khan from Star Trek. You know, I'm feeling sick. I kind of feel like watching Star Trek. Yeah, I think we will probably watch Star Trek. Maybe not Next Generation. Maybe one of the movies. My favorite Star Trek film was The Undiscovered Country. So, I don't have hardly any... Well, I don't think I have a jetpack. First steps, craft T1 backpack. Okay, so I have to craft all this stuff. As soon as I leave, my oxygen, look at that, it depletes very quickly. So, T1 backpack is iron and iron. Now, something that I want to let you guys know about this area will flood. So we have to build our base further away, but right now we can't go far away. Watch out for the earworms, yeah. You know, this is one thing that me and Thais talk about a lot, where in the Wrath of Khan, there's the black lieutenant or whoever, and he does not act like a black man. Because Chekhov is like, oh no, we have to get out of here. This is terrible. And, well, maybe black people have lost their street smarts in the future. But... Tragic, I know.
I can't see it.
And, but he's like, Chekhov, what's gotten into you? You're acting like it's a problem. We should just stand here and wait for our doom, effectively. And that's not how he would act. Unless that's how it is 300 years in the future. Star Trek Voyage Home for me, interplay of logic and human foible. I like that, yeah. It's set in the future. It is. Usually every morning is me and Thais reading the news, and she's like, I can't stand this person would do this. And usually it's, you know, somebody being stupid, where it's like, you know how you look to people in this political climate with racism, and yet you decide to do this. And get caught on live TV or something really stupid. Can you say that's about accurate?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have 2 irons and we have a backpack. Now we equip that and we have increased inventory space. So we have more inventory space. Now T1 oxygen tank. So iron, magnesium, cobalt. Afrofuturism was lovely. They said. Cobalt. Magnesium. I think I need another cobalt, because cobalt, they associate with iron here. Nice. Now we got that. Okay, so we have a T1 oxygen tank. Now what's nice is we can take this ice. Oh right, you know what I'm gonna do? Oh, we need a construction microchip required. Okay, so we'll make a construction microchip. We'll make it some ice. We can use that to be water. What's this sitting up here? We got a little piece of iron. And then, let's see, microchip construction, silicon, magnesium, silicon. Now where is the magnesium? Oh, I'll look in this chest. Magnesium. Food. We need 1 more magnesium. Wow, there's really not that many around here. I have to start working my way back, otherwise it's not going to be healthy. There's a magnesium. Hydrothermal says, hope you're doing well and have a nice day despite the heat. We are having a nice day. We're feeling a little bit sick. We had to work like 5 days straight. Got the microchip. And we ended up being very weak from that. And then we probably got ourselves. Poor Thais is having a sickle cell crisis at the moment, so even her skin's hurting her, and her bones are hurting her because, you know, with sickle cell anemia, she basically can't hold oxygen in her blood, so her body's like suffocating to death, amongst other things, and so because she used too much oxygen, and microchip destruction, silicon and magnesium, and it feels like we both kind of caught something, but it's just very mild. Obviously, we're just very weak at the moment. So we went to the shop, and it was already 92 degrees early in the morning, and we got there and we realized, oh, we already did this. We already dropped the battery off. Why are we even here? We're sick. Just, you know what? Let's just go home.
Yeah, 5 days of carting batteries back and forth.
Yeah, because we, you know, we have the technology to supplement the power grid. And so, there we go, microchip destruction. So, we were carting batteries. I got the solar panels set up on the repair shop. I also assembled my 1935 Frigidaire, General Electric. Steve says, sounds a bit like when I had asthma attack back in the day. Get one of them oximeters for greater detail monitoring of data. Hydrothermal says, sickle cell is awful. Much sympathy. Yeah. Now, one nice thing about Theis' sickle cell is as long as a natural disaster like power going out for 6 days doesn't happen, then she is getting a little bit better as she's getting older, because she has an odd variant of sickle cell, because she only has half the trait and it somehow became active. Her twin sister doesn't have sickle cell. And so it's getting a little bit easier. We still pushed ourselves a little too much, though. And then we had a family emergency in the middle of it. I'm going to craft some water from the ice. Like that. Now, I can craft oxygen, but I'm not going to. Now, we need to get going. We need to get... There we go. Now we can construct things. This is the construction window. We need to build wind turbines, and I'm going to speed this up by holding down control. Now we have power. I've used all our iron to make power. Steve says, I'm sure you know what an oximeter is. I do. A new world is happening, says, I love how you wielded technology to confront Heatwave last night. Oh, I'm so glad. We have a full video coming. It'll be for next Sunday, because it was a Solar Sunday video. We got the whole thing up. If you guys wanted to see a little tidbit of that, we could. Let me see if I can get display capture working. Hey, look at that. Display capture is working. Oops.
I might consider that.
What was it?
The oximeter.
Yeah. Okay, so little thing that you put on your finger to meter oxygen blood level. They are really cheap nowadays. Can get one for under $20 or cheaper. Yep. I've actually been thinking about that. Might build an oximeter on a Raspberry Pi. Wait, no, not Discord. I'm just hitting everything. Let's go to Zoom. By the way, guys, my channel, all the folders are in the Zoom folder because I had a Motorola Zoom. That's what I filmed my first 200 videos on, and I've kept it as XOOM, the 2012 Android tablet. So let's see. I'm pausing that. Solar Sunday emergency. So here's the storm. I actually happened to capture it. It was this absurdly big gust. It knocked over trees. There were power transformers in the fucking road. It just, like, 2 minutes. Just 2 minutes of that. Neighbors got their generators going. We stayed inside. We didn't get blown away. So, we were busy with our own thing. We didn't think to go over and check on Theis's mom.
Toasty, and so the fans running, but it'll die.
Yeah, a new world is happening. So it's Planet Crafter.
Refrigerators and compressors, I realized.
So we went to the shop. This will be in the Solar Sunday video.
3,000 watt inverter that they recently sent me, because that will be 2.5. I got all panels are up on the roof. Now, unfortunately, it appears that I scrapped the cables. That I'm glad I didn't scrap.
Man, I was overheated, I mean. But I got the panels up, and I put, was it 1/2 inch or 3/4 inch foam insulation underneath it, and that decreased the temperature of the roof by a ton. Like 15 degrees Celsius, 25 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah, so that's 2 panels.
Dave says 16 by 9 video. Have you sold out? Ah, but I use scan and pan. I record everything in 16 by 9 and I crop. But that also allows for me to undo any mistakes on my end or Theis's end where we don't have it centered. I used to record in 4 by 3, but the problem is the Mavis app, it randomizes the file names so they're not in order. It pisses me off. Why random? Make them sequential. Because then you have to go find them and rename them to like A, B, C, D, E. Pisses me off.
Oh yeah, a human being had a question about your title.
Oh, human being. Can I ask what the 10 years of gender transition in the title means? I joined because that sounded interesting. Well, I started my gender transition in 2015. Started this YouTube channel, which is my second channel. Thanks for catching that, Theis. This YouTube channel, it the personal bits series on it documents going from man to female or whatever I ended up being, androgynous maybe. And for a while I did a video every single day that documented things. It was interesting because within the first week I noticed I wasn't so greasy, and within the first month I noticed I was kind of feeling different. But then after the first 4 months or 3 months or whatever, I realized my mind was a lot quieter. So at that point I didn't even think that was on the table. I didn't think that getting rid of testosterone would get rid of my mental issues. But for me it ended up being where I just thought, oh, maybe I'll try gender transition and I'll see if maybe being more feminine would at least make me feel better. But I didn't realize that it would also be about my internal monologue. My mind was so much more calmer. And after the 5-month part of HRT, I was kind of just like, damn, I guess I kind of won. Even if I look like a pig, even if I look terrible at the end of it, I have a lot more sanity. And, well, after that point, you know, I would like to look more feminine, but I got a hardware store to run. I got stuff to build, buildings to maintain, and it's too hot. And I kind of went through a bit of a slump, a bit of a rut, where I just kind of more of existing, but still getting to take the HRT medication. And that really saved me, because it's, by the way, Theis,
Yeah.
was this crack on the wall always here?
Which one?
This vertical one?
Let me see.
I don't think this crack was here before. Not as big.
Not as
No,
big.
something happened with our building.
Oh dear.
Oh man.
Sorry to reach over that, but
No, that's fine. That just worried me. You know, because like structural integrity of a building when we've been having odd earthquakes is a little bit scary.
yeah, that one's new.
Yeah, that's the thing to notice in the live stream. There's a big crack going up our wall. Okay.
All right.
It's probably just the skim coat. Sorry about that, guys. I just I was looking at that and I was like, wow, that's a big crack going up our wall. Yeah, It's kind of distracting me now. But, you know, I would love to be, if you go back to the earlier part of my my live stream here, I was playing as my character, Renoa, in Final Fantasy 14. This character. I want to be her so bad. I want to be her. That's how I view myself. And I have a hard time viewing myself in my dreams. I'm never this person right here. But I've attached myself to that image. And so when I dream, I finally get to have a body. That could maybe, I don't know, maybe Carl Jung could figure something out about that or whatever, but some psychologists could read into that I never see my human self in my dreams, but if I'm given the chance to create a character that I enjoy, the character that is the icon of my YouTube channel, well then that reflects on me. So it's one of those things where if I was that character, I would look at myself and feel like that's myself. It was much worse before with testosterone and looking masculine. It didn't work out so well. It was very difficult. Oh yeah, so I'm just going over how I had to put the solar panels on the building the other day because you know, I also do the Solar Sunday series on my main channel. Human Being said, I'm straight, but I kind of do the same with my animal game characters. So that's cool. Caffeinated Human says, HRG with blockers or bilateral orchiectomy? Or orchiectomy. Haven't been able to have any surgeries yet because my insurance is shit. And so I just have hormone blockers. But yeah, this is probably why we're sick, because we were just so busy getting batteries carted over to her relative's house. And well, then we had to have a huge argument because we brought all these batteries over. We brought over like $3,000 in equipment. Set up, I gave myself heat stroke setting up the solar panels on my hardware store. And the one person, she complained a lot and she wanted air conditioning. We got her air conditioning, and then she was like belligerent to us. And we ended up having to have a big family argument / fight on Sunday. And we had to set her straight. Like, listen, we came over here. We helped you. You're upset that we told you what's going to happen? She got all pissy. Like, oh, well, nobody consulted me. Like, nobody's consulting you about the weather. It's a heat wave that's coming. And you happen to be a very health-wise weak person. You have AC now, which you're unthankful for. You need to evacuate to a relative's house. It's going to be 100 and some degrees. You have a hard time even breathing in 80 some degrees. And the thing that pissed us off was we were like, okay, stay if you want. And then Theis's mom got in the car with us, and then she's like, oh, what? I can't come? It's like, you're the one that said you can't come. Do you want any more of an invitation? And she came, and she was just all pissy about stuff. And then we dumped them off at Theis's sister's house, and we're all a very tight family. We don't let these issues fester. And so then we drove home, gave it 2 hours, then we drove back and surprised them. And then, okay, we're going to talk. You were very rude to Theis's mother. And she just, like, she was on her phone. She was all like, I don't have to listen to you. And it's like, no, you do, because you're at her daughter's house. We moved mountains to bring the power grid to you when you didn't want to move. And you were just belligerent and mean. And we had to make her cry. And I still don't think she understands it, because she's just like, I'm not hurting anybody. I'm just in my room. It's like, yeah, but you demand things. So that's also why we're sick, because Theis got a sickle cell crisis also because of that. It's like, do you have to be a weak link during all of that? No. Okay, back to the gaming.
Oh, but yes, we did. It was all sorted out.
Yeah, it was all sorted out, but I feel like there's probably still going to be some things where it's like, I don't think you get it. I was brought in as a mediator, or more of a scalpel, and whenever I am tired and have to fight, I don't let a single cheap argument get in my way, because she was like, what do you want, money? And I'm like, funny that you first go to money. And then she's like, I could pay you, but good luck getting the money. And then I'm like, you trying to get me to say something stupid? And then she's all flustered and opening her phone and putting it down and opening her phone, and she has like no stamina, so she went through that for like 5 minutes, and then got some meteors. And then we're like, okay, you got that out of your system, now we can talk. Like being ultra diplomatic and just tiring the person out so they can sit down and have to confront what we're saying. Like, you were very, very mean. Absolutely mean. Mean to the neighbors even. The neighbors invited them over and she was all like, I'm not happy. Or whatever. And it's like, you have everybody in town. You have like 7 people being super kind to you. And you're just being all pissy. Because you're not comfortable. Human Being said this looks like a Half-Life / No Man's Sky mod. It does, yeah. A new world is happening. Said sounds like past trauma. Kind of the inverse of that. She was really, really spoiled, unfortunately, and then she's also found herself in a position now where very, very spoiled. Yeah, Dave. A thank you is normally all that's required, but she never says thank you, so it's like, well. She caused so much hassle. It was so mean. She better have a gift for Theis's mom, Theis's sister, Theis's sister's husband. They're neighbors, Mike and Liz, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And she's been so mean. Mike and Liz were worried about her, and then come to find out, she went back home and didn't even tell them. And we were providing air conditioning. We even had enough extra power for her to run our TV if she wanted. Like, in a heat wave.
With the power out for
With
days.
the power out for 4 days. Saved every bit of food. We had the refrigerators running. I'm sorry, I'm just all distracted with my annoyance now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Let's build some more wind turbines. Yeah, I got the AC working. And then she wanted to be all... Like, she had a bit of a snidiness because I told her, now it might only last 5 hours if you run it at full tilt. So keep it at 75, and she was upset about that. And then later on, it's one of those things where you grit your teeth, where she was like, well, it lasted longer than that. It's like, yeah, but I was doing worst case scenario. You should be happy that it lasted longer than that, not feeling like I gypped you, using a bad term. I know gypsies aren't bad. Steve says, and remote AC isn't so easy to build. Yeah. I did use a lot of my iron. I'm sorry. Like, I'm not gonna make this all about complaining about her. My anger. I'm going to make sure that I keep her straight, because that's how we did the tone of the argument. Was we expect better of you, and if you just berate somebody with that, where you're like, no, you can't say that. No, that's inaccurate because you said this. Now let's get back to the facts. It's just they just can't. They can't sit there and keep fighting that. And it's the best way to be. Be calm, be exacting, and oof, there's no real good spot to put this thing. Need iron. Be calm, exacting, because the thing is, you don't want to berate the person. They want to berate you. This isn't a dick measuring contest. It's a strategy and will thing. Because, like for instance, she has these things that she just says that are very flippant. Like I could tell at one point, she almost said, "We'll get out of my house." We're not at your house. We're at your friend's daughter's house. Now, thankfully, she didn't say something that silly, but she said some of the things that were almost as silly. Because she has a certain where she starts grasping at straws, and once you just like don't take it personal, just kind of get through that. Then the person they have to confront what you talk about. There are certain things that we really have to have. Like, she didn't seem to understand that she has Theis's mom cooking her food, making her tea. She can't leave the house without her because she feels like she should be around her at all time. And it's like, no, she's not your servant. She is a co-owner of your house. And she didn't really seem to understand that. And so in the future, we're going to keep an eye out on if she doesn't seem to understand that. And she falls into the trappings of... Because like she'll just yell through the house for people. And it's like, no, that's wrong. You can't just yell through the house for somebody to get something that's right next to you. Making a T1 drill. And look, the terraformation index should be going up. 1, 2... But yeah, I've had to work with a few people that they've been allowed to have very not uphold certain social contracts, and you just need to be in an immobile wall, not angry or anything, and just be very solid and consistent. If you're all over the place, you're just like them. Okay, now that's going a little faster.
Oh, to change gears, A New World is Happening asked if you had any interest in being in an intentional community, one that embraces your knowledge.
Thanks for bringing it up, Place, because
Sure.
I'm in my head.
I know.
So Anuro asked, any interest in being part of an intentional community? Well, I feel like the thing I would rather be a part of is a community that is a bit more spontaneous. Kind of like Lansdowne has a bit of a spontaneous community being built, but I would want to be part of a business that's like a cooperative business. Kind of like that tomato growing company in California that's a cooperative business rather than top down. And I'm hoping to do something similar with my hardware store. My building's really, really tiny, but I am hoping that I can maybe do a thing where I make a network of people that we're all kind of doing various things and we just help each other. I'm already kind of doing that with Lou, because he's wanting to make a business in town, and I don't know, just gonna help him no matter what. Coil 102 says, like, damn, I gotta waste my energy putting up with this. Yeah. yeah. And now, one part of it, I do feel pretty like I talked myself into a corner with the argument because I was a little too diplomatic, and I was like, you know what I want? I see that for you, the first option comes down to money. But for me, what I would rather have is my feeling of appreciation isn't just thank you. and it isn't money. My first option would be for us to have a civilized conversation, for you to have respect for me. So can we please do that? And, well, now I'm kind of thinking like, damn, I traded all that work just for a civilized conversation, still being there, free therapist. But, you know, it's one of those things in the background, like, damn, I could have got a couple $100 from that or something, but no. I'm saying that kind of jokingly. Let me convert all this ice into water. I'll keep one on me. There's some iron. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to build this out. 2 more iron. Oof, I might not make it. We're already up to 345 terraformation index. Now, terraformation progress. So this is a measurement. So we're just doing pressure. We should be doing heat, but we'll need iridium for that. We have T1 vegetable tube, iron, ice, magnesium. Really low on iron. Dave says they've known a few independent people, older independent people, that are too proud to know how to accept help.
Sadly, she's not independent.
Yeah, sadly, in this case, she's not independent. She's dependent. She has everybody do everything. She never wants to pay a penny.
There are people like that. I wish she was one of them, but no.
Yeah. In this case, she doesn't want to have the appearance of helping herself, which is wild. Oh, right, we can take the seed lerma, and we can start making some oxygen. A new world is happening. Could recent technology help the spontaneous community flourish? I think it could. So I think, well, I feel like in many ways, technology will help reduce our dependence upon a lot of the infrastructure companies. Like, you can be off-grid, and look at that. Now we're making some oxygen. And I feel like I really would like to have an appliance that could grow food at home. That would be really good, because if everybody just has their own setup where they can provide for themselves, I think that would really help people not have to worry about work and stuff too much, and then they could spend more time. Well, it'd be nice to have a walkable city. We live in a very walkable area, and I'm particularly happy with that. I'm gonna build this out. Need more iron. Suppose I should build a jetpack and more inventory. Dave Curran says, an appliance that can grow food? I think they are called plants. No, the plants are the food. Coyle says, what are those little trays that have lights above? Those don't seem to really be really efficient. This is a crafting machine, by the way. Bean sprout growing setups, yeah. Okay, so we have T1 exoskeleton, T2 backpack, iron, silicon, titanium. We have titanium. Another titanium. We need some iron. And then our backpacks will be bigger. A lot of the game is spent self-upgrading. Steve says he saw my fridge video. Yeah, 1935. General Electric. Okay, so T2 backpack. Much more. Coil says with a solar panel and battery, you can almost run one for free. The biggest issue with growing plants at home tends to be, I'd love if it was automatic. And then also insects, nutrition, things like that. It'd be nice to have almost like a hydroponic system. The biggest challenge in starting something like that is just making the initial process and making it easy to follow. And then once you figure out what it is you need to do, it's pretty easy. Steve says these days fridges demand firmware updates for some reason. They do. I hate that. So now I have a window. Alright, and then T2 oxygen tank. So we just need cobalt. Ah, so I guess this crafting station is limited. I'm glad I built the other one. I think at an earlier date on this game that crafting station was the same as this one, but no. T2 oxygen tanks. Now the oxygen should run out slower. We have more inventory. Let us make a storage crate. Put everything except for the food and water in there. And let's go back out and get some more things. Human Being says, I can imagine fridges advertising a certain company's food to you. I bet they already do that. Or at least they're thinking about it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's getting you too, huh, Thash? Now we're starting to do bigger mining halls. That looked weird. I almost thought that was a bee at first. Look at that. We've basically doubled the amount of time that we can be out and about. Now I'm going to start heading back because it's been half the time. Caffeinated Human says, are you ever going to grow your long hair back, or do too many guys admire you? No, I've gotten more affection due to the short hair, but it wasn't by guys. I like having that Sailor Uranus look.
Oh yeah, I'm supposed to give you a trim.
Yeah. The long hair was mostly due to me not wanting to, and not having the courage to set an actual hairstyle, but I finally was able to go with a short hairstyle, and it was pretty liberating. It was a holding pattern. Okay, so we have that, we have that, we have that. Solar panels. Okay. Right, and another thing we can make is energy levels. So we have 13 kilowatts available, and then iron and silicon for blueprints. Silicon. T2 drill unlocked. Okay, let's see what materials we need for that. Should I change the background image to match Planet Crafter? Got some food, got some water, and we can disassemble that to get one piece of iron now. Is there any other iron? Silicon. Steve says this heat is a bit of a pisser when trying to focus thoughts. I have a saying that I say where nothing dies quite like ambition on a hot day. I think it's true. This blueprint screen, you can use microchips. T1 agility boots. Look at that. Oh, aluminium fabric. That's not going to be easy to get. We'll have to raid that crash site. And A New World is Happening says, this game is stepwise growth via biome-specific planting, atmospheric development. I feel like simplified Mars colonization research. Drink lots of heat liquids, check humidity. Yep. This one isn't specifically biome dependent. It's more of the materials you get from the biome. Unless you mean planting the items there, but thankfully, you can mostly grow anything anywhere in this game. At least on this level. Think cool thoughts. I like that. Well, pretty soon this will get pretty wet here, so. My inventory is so tiny. I'm used to being a max level character. Well, we have enough to build that. Do we also have enough? So we need 3 iron, 2 titanium, and 1 silicon. 3 iron, 2 titanium. Okay, so we have just enough to... oh, we do have... Oh, look at that. We do have iridium. Well, then. Gonna build some heaters. They have to be indoors. I forgot. Terraformation index should be going up. Now we have heat being added. We're at 9 picokelvin. Okay. 3, 2, and 1. We do have some aluminium. Nice. I'm going to make a base that works its way up here. Come on. The slope shouldn't be an issue. Titanium, titanium, titanium. We need titanium. We need more titanium. Am I going to die without titanium? We have titanium. Very nice. I'm going to pause real quick and use the restroom. Human being says Subnautica would do the trick today. Yes. I'm going to pause the audio and use the restroom. And I'm back. I was just yelling from the bathroom, asking Thais if she wanted to have any food. She said she'd cook it since I was doing the live stream, so that's pretty sweet of her. So, you could just throw in maybe a chimichanga and 3 pieces of chicken.
Sure.
Yeah. Do we have corn dogs?
I think so.
You could throw a corn dog in there too.
Alright.
I'm sick, so I feel like a bit of everything, and then I might eat the rest of that Spam, because again, the saltiness is just—it's really appealing. A new world is happening. Can someone share a Renault's storefront location? I actually can. I'm deciding to be a bit more open about my hours. Or my location, sorry. I just realized my my camera changed its settings yet again. It's a little better. That's good to ask, Steve. T3 backpack received. Silicon. We need some silicon. This haziness will be undone. So in a way, this game is great to play in a heat wave because it'll get rid of the heat eventually. Aluminum, titanium, silicon. Light. Magnesium, magnesium, silicon. Silicon, magnesium, magnesium. Steve says struggling to mount 2 cameras on a 3-print frame at the moment. Trying to do more photogrammetry. We don't have enough room for it. Well, I'm going to remove the construction and add the torch. Yeah, it's weird that this game says aluminum. I tend to say aluminium, but when I'm reading it sometimes I have to be phonetic with that because it is what it says. Ha! We're going to leave not a crumb behind. Very nice. All right, and I think we're in need of more space. All the iron's up here, no titanium. Hopefully my repair shop's more presentable in the future. At the moment I'm in refrigerator hell and I have a lot of things that I'm currently restoring, but I've sold a number of things, made some room, and now that we're in the heat wave, I feel like construction microchip required. Okay. Torch that. Alright, so we can build that. Iron and silicon. Iron. Refrigerator hell sounds like a game level. Yeah, it does. it's at this point that we should stop building things down there and build things up high, because if we get the terraformation going, this will all get flooded with water. So I'll have to relocate many of those items. Oh, 2 ices. Okay. Let's see, can I find some ice? Refrigerator Hell Act 1, that's funny. We have 1 piece of cloth, so we're close to having a T2 backpack, I think, or whatever it was. There. And then Snepia seed, 200%. Nice. We build another one, magnesium and ice. And Dave Curran, oh great, you're building a pool. You know, once these planets get terraformed to a certain point, the ice automatically melts and sublimates and disappears. It gets deleted. And later on, if you want to make things with ice, you can't because it doesn't exist anymore. They haven't added an ice machine yet. Seed Lerma. Oof, we're making a lot of power. A lot of oxygen, using a lot of power. Alright, so cobalt, silicon. I'm going to make a little bit of power generation. Oh, there's cobalt right here. And iron. Well, let's throw in some more things. Remove construction and go back in for more. For a lot of these shipwrecks, you can find the reactor room and power them up. And then that opens other doors. Each one's a bit of a Legend of Zelda puzzle. Caffeinated Human asked, from 22 to 32, did you max out all your fat redistribution stats? I think so. And Tanner stages? No. Biology morphology is interesting, and did your partner notice it over the time period? Honestly, most of the changes took place before Thais knew me, but I was very depressed and severely underweight. So, sorry, I'm getting lost in this ship. Try not to die. So I did, right, when I was at my most depressed in 2022, Well, not most depressed, most stressed. I'm more depressed now too. But I was at 117 pounds. Now I'm up to 145 pounds, which is more reasonable. So there is a difference. I still put little foam inserts in my bra just to make me feel a little better. I had wanted to have breast augmentation surgery, but that just was not going to happen. Oh, this is bugging me that I can't fit everything at once. So I can't construct and I can't use my torch at the same time. T2 heater. Steve said, will these ship fly or are they totaled? They are totaled. Okay, we're doing pretty good. T3 backpack. Aluminum. Aluminium, titanium, silicon. Loot the fuzzy dice, that's fun. That sort of thing you don't really see that much anymore. There we go. That's more storage. T1 agility boots. Do we have one cloth? No. Titanium, silicon, magnesium. Titanium. Magnesium. More silicon. It is one of those traditions. Makes me think about how they're making a new Spaceballs movie. A little bit delayed on that, but oh well. I forgot this exoskeleton should allow me to hold more items. So I could have my torch and my construction microchip at the same time. Once the terraformation index reaches 10 KTI, we might see something. Okay, now we can have them all at once. Very, very good. I want a piece of fabric because one more piece of fabric should allow me to make, I think it'll be the jetpack. Gotta get that iron. For a little bit here. Oh, we got some more. Okay, cool. So we might be able to get the jetpack now. A little bit faster, look at that. At the rate you're building, you'll be home by time for Xmas. Yeah. Is that a Sonic reference? Dr. Robotnik? Let's see, did I unlock the larger storage crates? I still only have the tiny crates. Whatever. We'll just make do. Yep, at the Mushroom World Zone. I've seen that clip. Now I'm just pillaging everything, effectively. Ooh, a microchip. I do want it. I'll leave this magnesium and take that. Ooh. We'll just come back for it, fine. The movie did really blow up big. It's a shame they had whatever that was about the nonsense of the original art style. But, yeah. Glace Sue says, "Hi, Renoa." Hello, Glace. Playing Planet Crafter, a little French indie game that I've enjoyed very greatly. It involves a lot of switching between menus and things. But I haven't unlocked the big containers yet, so do I don't have no room? There we go. Silicon and titanium. Silicon? No titanium, gosh. It's iron. Iron, silicon. When's titanium oxide when you need it? There's one piece of titanium. Yeah, Steve, I'm glad they did change it. New blueprint received. T3 oxygen tank. Okay. T3 solar panel. Okay. Build another heater. Okay. Silicon, cobalt, aluminum. Silicon, cobalt. I'm building most of these solar panels up here because you start out in the valley down there, but that gets flooded. Glaze asks, do you like RPGs at all? I've been loving Deltarune recently. I enjoy JRPGs greatly. I have basically lived in Final Fantasy XIV for a long time. Ha, Steve, yeah, it just made me think of Terminator. Silicon, magnesium, aluminum. We're all out. Alright. Oh, T2 exoskeleton. Again, more aluminium. Oh. Alright, you get the spacesuits. I stole a spacesuit. This is a thing that you can put a fusion reactor in. Fusion core, forgive me. What's the distinction between an RPG and a JRPG? Well, primarily that one's made in Japan, but an RPG is a Western specific game, and they have a different feel to them. Something like Suikoden has a different feel than a Dungeons and Dragons game or Baldur's Gate. I tend to appreciate the Japanese style a lot more, but it's up to preference. Oh, we can make the oxygen tank. Can I just... Oh, you can just pull it from your inventory. Oh, and it stays in. Oh, they've changed the game. Well, that's nice. So we have T3 oxygen tank. Previously, I had unequipped it, and that just... Then you lose the ability to use it while you craft it. Okay, so... We have a lot of seed lermas. Lerma. Number of microchips. That's what it looks like whenever they impact. New blueprint received. I'm getting a lot of blueprints. T1 mining speed, microchip compass, T2 mining speed, T2 agility boots, fabric super alloy. Fair enough. Total recall. I'd like a pair of agility boots as well. What was I building? Right. Terraformation index screen. Well, this is awful. There we go. 16% of the way towards blue skies. More silicon. I'm starting to get tired of doing the live stream, so who knows how long I'll go.
Your food's almost ready.
Yeah, I can eat on the live stream though.
Okay. Just finishing the chicken.
Glace asked, that's actually pretty interesting. Is there anything in Western RPGs that usually put you off? Well, there is a lacking of certain story elements. Western RPGs don't always... They're not as good as in the story department. And they aren't written in emotionally visceral way as much. Like an example is Steve mentioned it. Fallout 4. Fallout 4, pretty janky game, kind of desolate. The different regions of the world have different philosophies and things, and they tend to. It's really hard to pin down, especially whenever I'm getting sick, and it's a heat wave, and I'm not playing an RPG. What was I doing? Trying to get a bit of a headache. Yeah, its game engine is pretty janky. I need ice for something. Oh, right. T22. I might not call it a day soon. I'll let myself see if maybe this is just a wave of tiredness. Oh no, it's not distracting at all, Glace. I just happen to not be very sharp at the moment. For instance, Suikoden, it has a story that's a reference to the oh, we just got a T3 drill. Oh my gosh. Well, I have a T3 drill now. Right, so Suikoden is a reference to the 108 soldiers of an ancient Chinese novel. And in the game, you have to win over 108 people to follow your quest. And there's all sorts of a bit of silliness. I think some Western RPGs, they don't really do silliness the same way the JRPGs do. And Japanese literature is well versed in a certain type of sadness that I think is really appealing. I enjoy a game that can make me feel very attached to it. A lot of Western RPGs, I feel a little bit exhausted, kind of like Western society, and it's a little bit hard.
You ready?
I'm ready.
It's hot.
Well, thank you so very much.
Yep.
I feel so treated.
No problem.
Yeah. Should I make something for you?
No, my stomach's not right.
Yeah, my stomach's not super right
And if
either.
you notice, I changed in the long sleeves and sweatpants.
Mm-hmm.
I have a fever again, so.
Yeah.
And I'm getting that bone pain back.
Oh, you feeling sick again? That's a shame.
Yeah.
Neon Thought said, "What's up, nerds?"
What's
It
up?
is too dang hot. It is. It is. I was feeling a little bit sicker all of a sudden, and I asked Thais if she could make me a meal. Well, she was starting to feel sicker too, so thank you very much for the meal. I could have paused the stream and gotten it, though, if you really...
No,
Oh, okay.
I was able to do it.
Yeah, I'll let this go down. I should eat, because tomorrow I'm probably going to be doing yard work and stuff like that, so... If I don't feel even worse tomorrow. So we have the terraformation process happening. The sky is almost changing a little bit, because we're at 23% of our way towards blue sky. We have 17 kilowatts of power. This is, as I've been unlocking things, this is the receipts, the recipes. Same word in my head.
It
you
was
unlock.
the same a long time ago.
It was the same, yeah. At 12 oxygen, we'll get a food grower, which won't take too long, but I want to speed that up, so we need more ice. Seed lerma. That's just the basic. And 2 more ice. And I don't have anything to put in that one, so let's go back to the other base because we've harvested a number of those from that shipwreck. Oh, for him. Mmm. As you guys saw, that titanium, I didn't have to mine it. I just clicked it and went into my inventory. Well, that's because it must have fallen from a meteor, so it was an active item. I'm going to turn my volume down a little bit because I'm eating and it sounds gross. We do need a replicator. Yeah, Steve, it is pretty terrible when you play a hot game on a hot day and you can feel it double. Don't have enough power, unfortunately. Oh, hydroponic plant grower, interesting. I'm now moving the stuff from down there up to here. I think that would be the wisest solution. Yeah, Jason, that sucks about the hot water and pipe burst. Let's see if I can cheese this.
5 talents. Jeez.
Damn, man. Oh, I think we got it. I'm just moving everything up here so that we can build our bigger base up there. It's a big one. Steve asked if the whole flooding event is a screw over players like an ambush. Kind of. You end up flooding it yourself, though. Increase movement speed, increase movement. Yeah, increase movement speed. Okay. That's all it does. Still useful. I'm starting to feel real tired now. Like I'm sick. Yeah. It's hitting me.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Uh-huh.
We have been drinking water, but drinking a lot of water.
Yeah. I should probably sleep a bit. Dave says you terraforming your planet. Takes it out of you. Yep.
Yeah.
And then iron, silicon, cobalt. Franz Oschberg says, greetings from Switzerland. Greetings. It's a shame, Jason, that you were sick.
Oh no.
A lot of people in our area has been getting sick. Trying to hydrate. Trying. %. Can you please hurry up? I'll be starving. Okay, so let's make this silicon. And this one can be for titanium. Throwing this over here so I can still walk through. Look at that. And then, so this one can be ice. This one can be a random one. That. Actually, no, this should be magnesium. %, you're killing me. Let's check out food grower. Where do we get the T2 food grower? Unless, let's see if we get it with a microchip. Corner compartment. Steve says I seem like a pro at this game. I pretty much am. I've played it a lot. Oh right, no jetpack, so I just fall. Once I get my living situation finished, then we can start expanding our operations, and the terraformation index will increase a lot. Now, during that time, we've unlocked a sizable number of crafting recipes, and that was a weird hitbox here. Okay. This game has the oddness that why is this planet made of curry powder? That's kind of funny. It gets even weirder later on. It gets all sparkly and stuff sometimes. It looks like that because it's a French game and they really like really aggressive textures. And the lighting effects during storms and stuff is amazing. Hey, nice. We can eat that. But it's not growing fast enough. I'm afraid we're gonna have to... Well, actually, I'm gonna have to dump this stuff. Screw it. I'm just gonna dump this stuff here. But, we're gonna have to find another shipwreck. I'm gonna have to take this so we can have oxygen. Now is the point at which I'm going to start pulling things out of all these shipwrecks, piling them on the ground, and just building a bunch of stuff. Now, then again, maybe we should just build our base over here. Because there's a whole bunch of materials on the ground over here now. I think that's a good idea. I'll build it over here. Iron, iron, titanium. The sky is almost bluish. Need more iron. It does, Steve. It doesn't look like it's all iron. All right. Time to head in. Actually, I should dump stuff. Every inventory slot counts. Steve says, has Mars vibes and crazy SpaceX rocket vibes. Well, hopefully not Phase 2 or Block 2 Starship vibes, because Block 2 Starship keeps blowing up. I wonder if we'll reach blue skies at 100 kilo terraforming index. These bean seeds, those are worth a little bit. Now I'm going to separate the food so I don't have to go digging later. Blue skies are desirable, yes. After blue skies, it's the water table. The water system starts. The water cycle. Sorry, the water cycle is created. Okay. That's some aluminium. Oh, come on. Brelia seed, 250%. Okay, we have two things that we need to take back. So we're currently we're growing beans in the food growers, but beans only revive 40% of your health. Meanwhile, the other ones do, I think, 60 and 80%. So we're going to switch those out and take the beans to eat. I imagine with the agility boots, we're just like really running across Mars like crazy. Like an Elder Scrolls character hopped up on a potion. It's kind of cool to see it all through the window. I like that I made it like that. I did it because I ran out of materials, but well, here we go. Not ready at 95%. Ah, you're killing me. Runner beans. drink more water. I don't think they make water wet enough these days. That sounds like our neighbor, because she's like, I don't think the power is the same anymore. They turned down the power from the power grid. It's like, no, Terry, they don't. They don't, Terry. Not enough for you to realize. I'm not saying the T2 food tube. No, tier 2 food grower is not here. I wonder if I can up the output. I upped the stream quality just a little bit. So we're going to be growing squash in this one now. 76%. We'll let that one go. How do you get the food grower? Well, let's see. At 175 KTI, you get advanced craft station, so we definitely need that. That'll unlock a few things. Tier 3 vegetube, that's for growing oxygen, not food. Biodome. That comes at 100 nanokelvin of heat. We don't have a drilling rig yet. What does the drilling rig? Ore extractor. So that would be pressure. Jason remarked about the neighbor complaining.
Oh God, if he only knew.
Oh, This is a good game for whenever you're sick, because you can just kind of sit there and you're still getting points. Okay, well, I'm not going to worry about that stuff. I'm just going to keep moving forward. Ugh.
That's exactly what I would do.
Yeah.
Take the kids' balls. Yep. Mine now.
Didn't realize I was right on the line there. Have to generate a little bit more power. Steve asked, what's the craziest thing you've printed? By crazy, do you mean legally? Or sillily? Well, I print a lot of things for a lot of people. I haven't had to print sex toys yet. I have a hard line that I won't say that I ever printed a weapon. And then, honestly, not really crazy. I just print a lot of like washers and stuff like that. I actually haven't printed anything crazy, to be honest. I just wanted to throw that joke about weapons in there. I have made a club on my lathe, but I haven't actually printed anything. It's funny to lead people on, though, to be like, well, I can't talk about it. The day that I make those jokes and then I don't come back and say, well, I haven't actually done anything, that's whenever I have. Enough space for one more piece of aluminum, and that's it. Yeah, similar case in the US, Steve. Meanwhile, in the US, you can just be arrested for being brown now. probably end in about 15 minutes. That'll be a 4-hour live stream. That's not too bad. My hands are starting to hurt. My bones are aching really bad. And yet it's okay to be orange. I misread that first. I thought, and yes, it's okay to be orange. I'm like, I'm not getting that. Oh, and yet it's okay to be orange. Right. We're only 71%. What? Yeah. These tubes are killing me. What was the thing I wish to build that? So I need 2 titanium. I've not seen those. I'm not familiar with many advertisements. Iron, cobalt, silicon. Iron, titanium. Now we're getting somewhere. 104 nanopascals per second. Pressure, I think we have that. So we have to go from 33 to 155 in order to get the ore extractor. Halfway to getting tier 1 nuclear reactor though. My ultimate goal is to just make this place have plants and life and just camp out. Right, I have 2 more microchips. Tree 3 mining speed. Recycling machine. Not super useful unless you're having a lot of uranium or iridium rods. The next thing I'm going to build, let's see, we have 0.25 kilowatt. Okay. I guess the next thing I'm going to build is more power. Alright, so we need iron, cobalt, cobalt, silicon. Cobalt. Iron. Cobalt. Silicon. Silicon. Iron. Iron. Cobalt. Cool. Give me all the eggs and bacon you have. Silicon. Can't see what I'm doing because of the crazy lighting. Iron. Silicon. Iron, silicon again. Iron, silicon. That was when I said give me all the eggs and bacon you have, that was a Ron Swanson reference. Whatever that show is. I never actually watched the show. T1 nuclear reactor unlocked. Well, what can we do from here? We need more aluminum. Aluminium. I'm gonna go on a journey and I'm gonna find a whole bunch of it. This is the area in which you can mine aluminium, and well, it also just happens to be laying about. Advanced crafting station. Now that is something we need. I'd like to have that right in our apartment here. Okay, it's about halfway, so I should go back by now. Alright, look at that, the golden chest. We'll have to come back for that. Well, Steve, I'd say definitely don't let us keep you. Go on your quest for food. The chicken mine. I think we've gotten some good things. Actually. Let's just put down more solar panels.
Steve says it feels like.
Oh, thanks. Sorry, I didn't even see it. Thank you very much, Steve.
Also, you have to avenge him if he doesn't succeed.
I did see that, and I was I was stuck in my own head, and I was thinking, because at the time I thought I would die on the way here. I was running out of oxygen.
Yeah, you would have been able to avenge him if you wanted to.
I was almost thinking like avenge me if I die, but then I just got quiet.
Pardon me.
Mm-hmm. Maybe we should end it pretty soon. Thanks, Steve.
Thanks, Steve. Maybe. Look, the lighting has changed.
Yeah, it has. We'll save and exit to the main menu. Like that. Well, thank you very much for keeping us company. We're getting a little bit sick over here. Exerted ourselves quite a bit. Finally got the internet back because yesterday the internet went out for the whole day.
Yeah, that was annoying, wasn't it?
That was.
That was super annoying. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna end it there.
Yep.
Hope you guys enjoyed this video, this live stream. Thank you very much for watching. See ya.